Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Robert with Sherburn Outdoors, and today we are installing a solar panel. Now I know this is something I said I would never do after I put in the DC to DC charger one from Bluetti, but I am using a lot of power lately. And I like using a lot of power actually with Starlink and the fridge and AC and everything that we have going on in the summer. I've decided to add a 200 watt solar panel. Two reasons why. A, it was really cheap. I only paid 180 bucks for it on Amazon, and full disclosure, I did pay for this. So we're going to use the Renogy Shadow Flux series. It's a 200 watt. Another reason I bought this is it perfectly fits up here. Now this, when I designed this, I actually did design this for a solar panel, and then I put in the DC to DC charger, but that only puts out 560 watts max. I've got two power stations going, and if I want to stay over an additional day anywhere, there's a potential I actually might run out of power. So with all that said, I don't want to get into the full details of this, but apparently the shadow capability, usually if there's shadows over a solar panel, it either really drops down or it drops down to nothing. This one apparently can get like 25% coverage on it, and it will still work. It's got some bus bars in it. It makes all the little panels in it act individually instead of just one big solar panel. So that's what we're doing. We're going to install this. We're going to put it up on this rack and then hook it up and see what's going. Probably a 2-day event. It's kind of cloudy outside today, but we're going to hook this up on our T-tracks here and get it wired inside of the truck into the Bluetti, probably the Elite 200 V2. All right, so I did buy these brackets even though Renogy has their own bracketing system. I actually bought these from Bougie RV. They're about 40 bucks or 40 something dollars online, and they've got padding on here to eliminate some of the vibration and the noises. And they've got really good way it's all set up. So I'm going to put these on instead of the other ones and put these up into the T-tracks there. All right, I've got the mounting feet on the solar panel mounted. You can kind of see how they mount on the back as well. These are from Bougie RV, and I did use Loctite on this. So kind of measuring out the distance between here and here, and I'm going to go get the rack set up on the top of the Gladiator. All right, just got the bars pushed into position on top of the roof nest tent. These bars actually were bought originally for solar, and so that's what this big open area is here next to the Max Tracks. Just got everything positioned where it's centered on here. One thing about these things, I did have to make some modifications to these. They just didn't fit in these slide tracks for these little T-tracks, so I ground them down to fit. So let's get the solar panel on here and see if, okay, we got this mounted in place now. I don't have it latched in yet because I want to make sure it works. The sun is trying to come out. There's got to be some hitting here. This is a partial shade unit. Let's see if we're getting any watts in. I got the wire coming down right now. Let's see what it looks like going in the power station. All right, normally I have this going to the charger one, but I've got the power coming in from outside right now, just testing this thing out. And we're getting 45, 48, 50 watts. The sun's starting to come out a little bit. This is a 200 watt panel, so I'm only expecting about 125 to 130 watts at best case scenario. I've been playing around with this solar hookup. I've got it all worked up, and you know, it's pretty easy to install. But right now I am running at 97 watts. That's been the best I've been able to do. I'm actually doing that driving around with trees around. So I'm going to drive to some open areas and see if we can get that way above 100, maybe up to 125. All right, we are getting about 101. We're just staying around 100 now. That's kind of what I was getting when I was driving as well. Now the sun is right there. There is not a cloud in the sky. And if we look here, I've got no obstructions. It is good. It's kind of at an angle that way though. But again, we are running right around 100. So with that said, this is supposed to have partial shade technology where you can cover some of it up and it'll still work. Typically, if you got shade on a solar panel, and you can kind of see all these bus bars through here, it just shuts down. So let's put this jacket right here over part of it and see kind of what happens. So we're running 100. Immediately we drop down to 16, 23. Let's kind of pull this over and just see if we're covering about 20. So even though we got partial shade, and you can see here, this is over that, we're still getting about 60 watts, 63 watts. So that actually works pretty good. So in a shaded environment, when I'm driving through the forest, that part is nice. So let's pull this back off, and then this should sync back up 75 watts, 77. So things are starting to go up now to 83. Now, again, this is a 200 watt solar panel, and we're only getting about 50% efficiency out of it, or whatever you say. Now we're up to 99. So what I thought I might do now is just flip the tent up and see if we get any more out of this, as it's more pointed towards the sun right there. So now I remember why I had these bars pushed back a little bit, so they didn't hit this thing. I got to go back and rewire this. This isn't going to work in its current shape. All right, what a mess. Turns out that these bars here, when the tent comes up, and I'll open it up here in just a second, they need to pass here. And when I had the solar panel mounted here, it was hitting the bar. So I removed the max tracks, which were over here, and now we have our solar panel sitting up there at max capacity right now. Here it's getting, I mean, we got the sun is right there hitting it pretty good. It's at an angle, it's not above it, but we're getting about 94 in here right now. And the way this works, that when it lifts up, it'll actually be above here if I want to get more coverage for if I'm in camp. I'll make sure I park in that, and maybe we can get this up to 125, but I haven't seen this above 104 at this point in time, which leads me to believe the efficiency is just not near what I thought it would be. I was hoping to get up to 125, 127, which would get us at 65%, which is kind of what you can expect with solar panels. You're never going to get to 200. But with that said, this is a 200 watt solar panel from Renogy. It's pretty good. I've been pretty happy with it so far. It's producing roughly 100 watts when it's just sitting here and when I'm driving around. So that, along with the DC Charger 1 from Blue Eddy, although I'm looking at the Charger 2, I've been seeing some things out there, are really going to help with everything that I'm doing. Hey, again, all of this information is located in the links below where I purchased this from. Again, this was about $189, I think, on Amazon, and these were about $45 or $47 for the Bouge RV adapters that I used here. And then I did buy a cable, which I think was $16 to go inside, which had multiple adapters on it as well. And so I'll put those in the links so that you can see them below. But hey, that's solar. I never thought I'd be here, but I'm here. With all of that said, I do have to reroute my max tracks because I can't have them up here anymore. I'm actually thinking about moving this to here and then the max tracks back here. We'll see how that goes. So, hey, I appreciate everybody's time. Hey, if you got any value out of this, please click that like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe and click that bell to be notified we got new content out. Look for more on this solar panel as we kind of progress along. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.